I recently made the best decision I've ever made while making my game. I decided to stop making it. My game is called Simulacrum. It's a love letter to stealth action. It's about Alexei, a robot who's attempting to save an Australian military base from an encroaching robot army. The army is led by X, a cold, calculated shadow to Alexei's good-natured self. In it, you'll build Alexei's arsenal, team, and skill in order to take back Wardlaboo base. There's a link in the description to the game page, which has an early alpha demo. Alright, story time. So I'm the kind of guy who loves a project, something I can sink my teeth into. But I can also let my passion and interest turn into obsession. When that happens, all my waking moments turn into some form of work towards the project, which, while far from good in the short term, is devastating in the long. I was previously working on a game for months where I would have every spare moment occupying my chair, editing and designing and bug testing non-stop. This destroyed my mental health and put me in a downward spiral that ended with me quitting the project and swearing to never work on a video game again, or at least until I gained better self-control and improved my quality of life. Fast forward 3 months, I'm searching for something to soothe my Metal Gear itch. I had played all the games to death, and there was nothing more I wanted than to play Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time again. That got me searching for games that aped off of the game's fame, and little came up that interested me. The idea didn't come to me so much as it grew. I could make my own. This time it would be different. I had more balance in my life, perspective. I knew the warning signs of obsession because I'd not long gone through it. And not only that, I also had a much more attainable goal. A stealth action game. It could be as big or as small as I wanted. It would be quick to make a prototype, and it would be more fun to make because I actually wanted to play this game, because in a way, it's my dream game. Progress went quick. My previous experience in the engine helped a lot. In a month, I had a prototype that was more focused and more fun than my previous game. I was also balancing my life better, though there were moments where the obsession crept in, especially after I got some awful personal news. Still, I forged ahead at a steady pace. I was adding features, learning a lot, and I even completed a game design document. But then the personal news got worse, and I lost someone who means a lot to me. Death is a force that is both absolute and undefined. How someone deals with it is very individual. It made my family a lot closer, and it made me feel closer to them than I ever had felt. Still, I kept working on the game, but that little problem once again reared its ugly head. My obsession grew. It wasn't obvious at first. Maybe I was focusing on my game at inappropriate times, but it was also an exciting adventure regardless of what life had to throw at me. You can't give up all your interest in the world after all. My days of that had come and gone. But when I set myself the ungodly task of creating an animatable human model that looks photorealistic and can work as a template to create heaps of models from, I should have seen the warning signs. A day's work became a week's, became a month. It dragged on and on and on, and I became more and more disheartened with my shortcomings and dove further into the abyss, spending hour after hour making it so that everything was perfect, everything great. But wait a second, because this time I had something different. I had perspective. I had experience. So the moment I realized what I was doing, I stopped, took a break, dropped the project like a bad habit. Other than playing the game for fun a couple times, I didn't touch it for 2 months, which gave me something I never would have had if I kept going. Time. Time to reflect, time to feel again, time away. I've since come back to working on the game, but I do little bits here and there. If I finish a task, I celebrate it, focus on the feeling of accomplishment, and have a break. Maybe the rest of the day, maybe a couple days. I've better defined the story and characters, I've fixed a lot of problems, and I've still been incredibly productive. Things are getting done, better than they ever would have if I continued down the destructive road I was on. I'm not going to get this right all the time, but if this tells me anything, it's that I can get the balance. So can you. If you take anything away from this video, let it be this. As obvious as it may sound, you need time away. If you're ever stuck not knowing what to do, take a break. And I don't mean do something while still thinking about it, or do something relating to it. I mean take dedicated time away, just having fun, just working, just catching up with friends. The problem can solve itself if you give it time to. And if it's still stuck in your mind after all that, you'll know that you too might be obsessed. And that's okay. It just means that you need time too. While the title says, "Taking a break saved my game," it's not telling the full story. It also saved me.